In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to add an XML sitemap to your WordPress website. I'm actually going to be using a WooCommerce site, one of the Amazon affiliate websites that I created in a previous tutorial, but this does apply to any WordPress website that you happen to be running. We're going to create the XML sitemap and then we're going to submit it to Google Webmaster Tools so that Google knows exactly the pages that we want indexing. So let's get started. Hello, Alex here from WP Eagle. Thanks for watching. As I said, we're going to be adding the XML sitemap to our WordPress website. It's really good from an SEO point of view because you can let Google know the pages and posts and products that you want them to index, how often they're updated, and all sorts of things. So yeah, really useful. And then combined with Webmaster Console, you can see exactly how well your site's being indexed and a whole load of other stuff. So that's enough chit chat from me. Let's get on the computer and take a look. So I'm over at Boot Boutique, which is one of the websites that are featured in a previous video tutorial. This is an Amazon affiliate website. It's running WooCommerce and WooZone. But as I said, the XML sitemap we're going to be adding today, you can add it to any WordPress site you like. Doesn't really matter what it's running or what it's doing. So we're going to be using a plugin today, and that plugin is Yoast SEO. It does lots more things, not just XML sitemaps, and I'll be exploring those in future videos. But in this one, we're just going to be setting up the XML sitemap and submitting it to Google. That's all. So the first thing we need to do is install that plugin. So I'm already logged into the site. I'm going to go into Dashboard, go into Plugins, and Add New. And then let me just get rid of this box. Don't worry about that. On the plugin screen, in this keyword box, I'm going to type in Yoast SEO. Then it's the first one that comes up here. I'm just going to click Install Now. Then Activate. As I said, it's a really good plugin. It's packed full of loads of features in terms of optimizing your content and all that sort of stuff. So I highly recommend it. And yeah, be sure to check out the future videos when they come out regarding optimizing your posts and all that stuff. But anyway, the plugin is now installed and activated. So we're ready to set up our XML sitemap. So it's added a new section here called SEO. Then within there, we see XML sitemaps. So obviously the first thing you want to do is make sure that you've got this set to enabled. If it's disabled, you don't get any options and you're out of a sitemap. So make sure it's set to enabled, and then you want to save your changes. Let's just go through these options just to double check what we've got set up. So the first thing is user sitemap. If you want to include your authors and users in your sitemap, you're probably not going to want to do that, if I'm honest, but you might want to, in which case you would click on enabled. It's disabled by default. Post types is where we can decide which post types are going to appear in the sitemap. You're going to want to include things like posts and pages. Things like media, not so important. And it really depends on the theme you're running and the plugins you're running as to what post types you have on your site. So this site is running WooCommerce, as I said, so it has products, and obviously I do want to include those in my sitemap. So just go through here, selecting what you want to include. It's going to be your content, obviously, and that was probably products, pages, posts, and possibly portfolio items if you've got that sort of thing running. Next tab is excluding posts. So if there's any specific posts that you want to exclude from your sitemap, enter the ID in here. A little tip here on how to find the ID of something. If we go into, say, pages here, and we need to find the ID of something that we want to exclude from our sitemap. Say maybe this checkout page. Don't really need that in our sitemap. If I hover over the edit button, and if we look down the bottom left of the browser, it should be bottom left, it is in most browsers, you'll see that it says bootboutique.co.uk/wp-admin/post.php ?post equals, and then there's a number, and that's the ID. You click edit, obviously you could probably see it up in the top bar as well. You can, yeah. So the ID is there. Look, it's 9 in this case. So I wanted to exclude this page from my sitemap. I'd come back into here and I'd just type 9. And then you could separate pages with commas. So like that. I'll just leave that in, why not? And then the final tab we've got is taxonomies. Taxonomies, that's a good word. And here again we can decide what we want to include in the sitemap. And taxonomies are things like categories, tags, product categories, product tags, all sorts of things. And of which there is quite a few on this site because it's running WooCommerce, and I don't really want to include all of them, probably just the categories, not tags, not format. Product categories, yes, none of this WooCommerce stuff. It's just going to make the sitemap too long, too confusing, and yeah, Google does not need to know all this stuff. So I'm just going to turn all these things off because I will, and there is quite a few. I don't think they're necessary. Obviously, it's your call. So that's all done. So now we can go and take a look at our sitemap. If we go back to general, and there's a link here, you can click it. And there's the sitemap. This is the sitemap index. Then it's linking through to the individual sitemaps for posts, pages, products, categories, and product categories. So that's good, all ready to go. Final thing we need to do is submit it to Google Webmaster Tools. So this tab will do, why not? I'm just going to type into Google Webmaster Tools. So just Google Webmaster Tools. And it's actually called the Google Search Console. Give it a click. You're going to need a Google account to do this. I'm already signed in. I've already got one set up. If you don't, just quickly set one up. Say, I'm sure you've got a Google account. If you're running analytics, that sort of stuff, you already have one. So it's very quick and easy to create this console. So to add a new website, you click on the red button, add a new property, and then enter our website. I'm just going to copy paste, being lazy. Just enter, yeah, your URL. I think you need to add the HTTP to. Click add. Okay, so now we need to verify that the website is ours. A couple of ways you can do this. If you've got Google Analytics installed, you can use that. But I'm just going to go through the simple method that I know, which doesn't involve Google Analytics or any of that stuff, which is the HTML tag. So if you've got Google Analytics, just click that and click verify, and it should work out that, you know, if you've got access to Analytics, then the site's yours. But we're going to do a HTML tag today, which we can do with the Yoast SEO plugin. So we need to copy this thing here, but we actually only need this bit here, which is the content, the bit between the two speech marks. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow you to select it. So that's a bit of a nightmare. But there's a couple of quick ways around it. If you've got a text editor or something to hand, you can edit it in that, or you can just paste it in and clean it up, which is what I'm going to do. So let's go back to our website and back to SEO and back to the dashboard, which is this bit here of our SEO plugin, into Webmaster Tools. I'm going to paste that into Google Search Console, and then I'm going to clean it up by taking off everything that's not the bit between those two speech marks. So all this can go, and that, and just leaving that and click Save Changes. Let's go back to the Google Search Console, click Verify, and hope for the best. Okay, that's not where. That's strange. I've got a timeout, a connection to your server timeout. But that's where the site is working. Let's just try one more time. There we go. It's done. So let's click continue. So this is our Google Search Console. Really interesting place, although not right now because we haven't got any data coming in. You have to wait a day or so, and then you'll start to get some stuff coming in here. It'll tell you about crawl errors. So if there's a problem with Google accessing your site, it gives you some search analytics in terms of the keywords that you're coming up for and your position and traffic, and a whole ton of stuff you can do in here, and it's really useful for SEO. I'll probably delve into it in future videos, going through all these options and stuff. But in this video, we're just going to be adding the sitemap, and there's a link here to sitemaps. Let's give that a click. You can also find it down the side here under crawl and sitemaps, and as we can see, there isn't any sitemaps right now. So let's add the one that we just set up and it's just asking for the path here. If we go back to the tab that I've got open with the sitemap in it, we can see that the path is bootboutique.co.uk/sitemap_index. So let's just copy that last bit there, back to Search Console, paste it in. Now you can test it if you like. I never normally bother. I'm just going to click submit, hope for the best. So that's submitted. We can refresh the page and see what it says. And there it is. Now it's going to take a moment or two for Google to kind of process it, access it, and all that sort of stuff. But it's all looking good. We can see that there's the individual sitemaps for the categories, pages, posts, and whatnot. In here we've got sitemap errors, no errors found, and index errors, again, no errors found. So it's just going to take a little bit of time, and then it should all be good. So that brings us to the end of this video. Good luck setting up your XML sitemaps. And be sure to keep your eye on the channel for future videos regarding Yoast SEO and optimizing your site. Okay, I hope you got your XML sitemap all set up and submitted. If you've got any questions or comments, then please leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Or head over to wpeagle.com and you'll find a forum there where people are talking about my videos and WordPress and all sorts of stuff. And I do try and reply there too. In the meantime, if you like this video, then please click the like button below. Subscribe to the channel by clicking on the eagle there. And here is a little video for you to watch in the meantime. But until next time, bye for now.